to the channel. It's your boy Paulrado, and we're back at it for another video. So today we are going to be discussing Luffy's Devil Fruit. It's mainly its awakening and what its awakening could lead to and why the world government would want it to be. So reason being is because Luffy's Devil Fruit, ever since we've learned of Devil Fruit awakenings by Doflamingo, we've always kind of thought of what Luffy's Devil Fruit could be, what possibilities could it affect around him, and things that it could lead to. And then given what was brought to us by Who's Who, we now really wonder what's so special about his Devil Fruit. And because we haven't seen really anything outside of fighting normal, but he's been bodied, so it's like his Devil Fruit hasn't really been shown to be anything of super importance by the world government. But I have some speculation on it, which could lead to it possibly being a part of a deadly combo that we've been hinted at before. If you want to speculate on why I'm not on 2K subs and you're new here on the channel, then make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button, as well as like this video, help support it, as well as let me know that you're into these One Piece Bounty Rush discussions. But with all that being said, make sure to grab your drinks, get comfortable, and let's hop into this video. So Luffy's Devil Fruit, given the awakenings, its secrecy with the world government, has brought upon a lot of questions here within the One Piece community, and we really want to know what's so special about it. And in my point of view, if we're going to talk about what's so special about it, we need to first take a few steps back and really think about its implications and what it could be. And for my theory, is actually based upon a dynamic duo that could lead to a invincible being, and that is the most scariest thing. So what we are going to do is we're going to backtrack to the Dressrosa arc, where not necessarily the main focus was, but there was a lot of focus and a lot of lore brought out about Law's Devil Fruit. And in that arc, we learned that the world government was after his Devil Fruit. They were willing to offer, I believe it was 5 billion berries. Now, why was this such a high ransom for this fruit? Well, it's because of its ultimate move, which can give somebody eternal life, which was stated to us by Doflamingo whenever Law was questioning why does Doflamingo have so much power. And Doflamingo, being a tell-all in a way, told us that one of the things that were so special about his fruit and why Doflamingo specifically wanted it was because of the fact that if the Devil Fruit user performs the surgery, in exchange for their life, whoever they perform the surgery on has eternal life for forever. And that is the first main important part of that, because the Marines were after it, and the Marines work for the world government in a way to they're their muscle when it comes to doing their bidding, besides the CP0 or CP9 units. For the most part, when they need a mass force, they're going to use the Navy. So they were after that. They were willing to pay 5 billion berry or put the bounty of 5 billion berry on that fruit. They didn't disclose the reasons why. Only really Doflamingo knew about it from the get-go, but he knew exactly what can happen. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna hold that over here real quick and just let that be for a second. Now, the reason why we have to bring that up beforehand is because now we have eternal life. Well, if you watch maybe seven Deadly Sins or something along the lines of somebody else that has eternal life, one thing they still have to do is deal with the damage and everything else that is dealt to them. Now, if we're assuming Emu put out the hit for this OP no Mi, or maybe one of the Gorsei, I really think possibly Emu, because he's the one calling the shots. We could definitely see that he, on top of being able to live forever, me personally, I wouldn't want to take damage, which leads me to why I think the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit is so important to this part. And you gotta bear with me now. So the Gomu Gomu no Mi is a rubber man fruit, therefore being that Luffy has the capabilities of not being able, or being able to stretch being able to not take blunt force damage as heavily, and of course not being affected by lightning. So with his double fruit awakening, I feel like Oda would not make it so similar to the others that we have seen so far that affect the area, although people have ideas like he would be able to bounce off everything, the area around him will become rubber. My first initial one was actually that I would like him to be able to manipulate his body kind of as like a free-forming gum kind of deal, and then with his advanced observation future sight haki, he would then be able to maneuver his body kind of like Katakuri was able to do. That was my initial thought, and I thought that would be pretty cool, but then again, he wouldn't really be able to stand out as his own character if he was able to do that. And if that was his awakening, I feel like, yeah, that's cool, but at the same time, I don't know if that was it. So I dug a little deeper, and then given the ramifications for this, I came up with an idea actually that stemmed from me working out. So one thing, I don't know if you guys have done it or not, was if you have done or ever hit tires or any form of like really thick rubber, the way that it usually works most of the time, unless it's like a dry rotted completely like ruined tire, which I've never seen one of those before, whenever it receives its impact, it absorbs it and then distributes it immediately throughout the whole mass of whatever you are hitting. So if you could drop it, you could do whatever, it's going to make that point of contact, but then it's immediately going to absorb and spread its impact across the whole thing, and there's going to be no visual damage on there. It's an inanimate object, so we can't tell it if it actually hurts or not, but there's no physical damage on there. The tire remains in the same shape. It can continuously receive the same amount and even more of impacts before you even see something. It's going to take a huge force to be able to do something that would actually affect this. Now, if we apply the same metric to Luffy, we can say that he will have something similar to what the thumbnail looks like. We went with it kind of looks like haki covered, which is like gears, but I'm thinking maybe hardening of the skin. Something on him is going to change to let us know that he's in his awakened fruit form, but I feel like his skin's going to harden but still have its rubber-like tendencies, almost like gears, but in a perfected kind of form. But he's not going to be able to take damage. Like, you will have to do a massive amount of damage or pinpointed damage or something to actually penetrate and hurt Luffy at this time. With that, and then you add on the fact that he probably will have Conqueror's Coding, maybe for defense or for attacking, but mainly for defense. So he's not going to already take damage because of that. He's not going to take damage because of the double fruit absorption and being able to spread it. So therefore, he's going to be close to invincible, which kind of fits his double fruit, because for the most part his double fruit hasn't been able to go do anything outside of his body. So he hasn't been able to create a weapon or hide a weapon, kind of like Katakuri has done. He hasn't been able to shoot anything out like Doflamingo with the strings. Like, his fruit solely revolves around his body, so I don't see his double fruit affecting anything else but his body, because it cannot go from his body from what we've seen. So with him having this extreme durability, Luffy will not be taking that much damage, and it will actually fit his fighting style because he doesn't use any serious ranged attacks, kind of like Doflamingo or anything. When he was in awakening form, Luffy just straight up throw hands. That's Luffy. Luffy's gonna throw hands with you. He might kick you, but you're gonna catch a fist or two to the face. So that extreme durability is what fits him. Now, circle back to why the world government would want this. I mean, anybody, if they can awaken the double fruit, would want extreme durability and not being able to receive damage from 90. I would give it 99% of the individuals. Like, I feel like that awakening will only be used on like 3 or 4 people. Like, if we're gonna get it, it's gonna be a lot of top tier fights, but like only 2 or 3 people are gonna be able to stand up to him with that. So we're, in all honesty, if you think about how vast the world One Piece world is, we're probably gonna see it often, or like the next like 3 or 4 major fights after that. But think about everybody else in the North Blue, in the East Blue, South Blue, and the West Blue, across everywhere in the Grand Line that are small fries, up and comers. They're not going to be able to handle that. It's going to be something that is dire to Luffy, but is going to be stupid OP. So we're going to bring back the OP no Mi thing. So we have somebody who had somebody sacrifice themselves to give them eternal life. Now, without them still being a devil fruit, or them having the knowledge of how to have 2 devil fruits, because I feel like somebody else besides Blackbeard knows exactly what the heck happened there, let's be honest. But they now eat the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit. They now have eternal life. They awaken the Gomu Gomu no Mi. They can't receive damage. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? Nobody can touch them. From that point forward, nobody can touch them. And on top of that, since they can't die and they eat the Gomu Gomu no Mi, they now know that that hand can, or that fruit can no longer fall into the hands of their enemy. And in their eyes, in kind of avoiding what happened in the past, can't happen anymore. They have nothing to worry about. My boss will not receive damage. My boss will not die. Y'all don't want no smoke. We are gonna win. So that's my thoughts on what Luffy's Devil Fruit Awakening is, why the world government would want it. If you guys find this interesting, make sure to let me know down in the comment section, as well as make sure to like the video. I'm trying to hit consistent 10 likes per video. I would definitely appreciate all your guys' help on this, as well as appreciate you guys helping me get to 2K. We're honestly on the road to 2K, so I would definitely appreciate all the help that I can get. But make sure you guys aren't being caught being thirsty. Make sure you're staying hydrated. And I'm out of here. See you guys.
Going up.